Well, hello there again. Since I recently moved into a new apartment, and since this is a new apartment, it has a fiber system. Now, this is still something super new, and mostly here in Germany we still use the phone plug, which has been around since pretty much fucking forever. It's super old, and it's still being used, which is kinda meh. So pretty much how our connection here works is we have a fiber ring in the city connecting to all kinds of boxes that you find are pretty much outside of buildings, and from there on it's copper into the buildings. This means the fiber goes directly into the building, has a big splitter system somewhere in the basement, and then there are fiber connections going to these fiber modems. So, what do we see here? The light is flashing. That means it's not working. There are two things that could cause this. One, the fiber modem has been programmed incorrectly and therefore is not working. And if that happens, you have to throw the whole thing into the garbage, and it's pretty much useless. Or the server from Telekom is sending wrong information or no information at all, which this thing can't see. Or just simply cannot understand because it's the wrong information. So, yeah, this is gonna be my experience with Telekom fiber. So, yeah, about a month ago, a little bit over a month actually now, when I have access to this apartment, I see, okay, yeah, I have this fiber system and I also have cable TV. Now, I don't really watch TV, so I pretty much just ignore the whole cable thing. And since pretty much everyone told me this is this new super nice and fast fiber system, I'm checking online, what kind of speeds can I get out of this? Online, it shows me 16 megabits download and 2 megabits upload. What? This is a fiber system, why is it so fucking slow? So I called the support and asked what's going on here, and it turns out that's outdated information. Because before this apartment was here, there was a gas station, and that didn't really have a very fast connection to the internet, because well, also didn't really need it to. And I talked to the support guys, and yeah, they tell me the maximum this fiber system can do is 50-10, so 50 megabits download and 10 megabits upload, which for a fiber system is really slow still. I expected something in the hundreds of megabits range at least. I mean, really, come on. Copper can do faster than that, way faster than that actually. So I asked them why is the system so slow, and supposedly the support has no idea, and they just claim that apparently the main splitter for the fiber system is too far away from my apartment, which is complete bullshit. It's like less than 10 meters. Because it's just one floor down, and directly next to my apartment is the fiber splitter for the entire building. And another 15 or 20 meters away from that is the connection to the main fiber ring of the city. So fiber cannot transmit data very fast over 10 meters. Yeah, right. Complete, utter fucking bullshit. So, okay, I just booked the regular 50-10 contract, and I noticed something when I get my router and my contract. This is not fiber they booked for me. This is regular DSL that requires a phone plug. Even though I explicitly said I only have this fiber box, I do not have a phone plug in this entire building. Because, yeah, the only thing I have other than this fiber system is cable. But a different company uses cable for internet, and that is not Telekom. It's Vodafone. So I called the support and asked what the fuck is going on here. You booked me the wrong contract, even though I explicitly said I have fiber, and the support has apparently no fucking idea what I'm talking about and claims that fiber doesn't go into the buildings and only goes to the main supply grey box outside somewhere on your block. Well, it's not like there's this white box saying Glasfaser modem on it, and the word fiber. Well, Supposedly there is a small little number up here. I have that blue tape because I cannot give that number away. And that number is the identification for this fiber system. There was no number. That number has been added a week ago. So when I was calling the support like 3 weeks ago and this thing still had its number written on it, nobody would fucking believe me and just say I'm supposed to use the regular DSL. And after about 5 hours, yes, really, I was talking for about 5 hours on the fucking Telekom support and waiting most of the time to actually talk to someone. I get to some person who apparently knows what he's doing, but also seems very scammy at the same time. And in the end, he just says, okay, yeah, I'll figure it out. And make sure when the technician next week shows up, he knows what he's gonna do and bring me the right system. Because this fiber box is usually empty. The fiber modem which is in here only gets added by the technicians. Or gets swapped by the technicians when you get a new contract or a new connection or whatever. And you cannot really hook that up yourself because, well, the laser from the fiber is kind of dangerous and doesn't really like human eyes. It pretty much just ends up destroying them. So, a week later, I'm waiting eagerly for the support. I'm waiting eagerly for the technician to show up, and he has never seen this thing his entire life and leaves. So he couldn't hook up my internet. Great. So I called the support. And after about 3 hours of talking to various people and other people just not believing a single fucking word I'm saying and just hanging up on me and treating me like an absolute fucking idiot, like I have absolutely no idea what I'm looking at, and just claiming I'm supposed to use the regular phone plug, even though I do not have that in this entire building. I don't have it. It's not built into this entire building. No apartment in here has this. So they start talking about all kind of bullshit and telling me it could take like really, really long. And finally they admit they booked me the wrong contract. It's not like I said almost 3 weeks prior to that, I only have this fiber box and nothing else. Because they don't use cable. So finally apparently I have someone who I can talk to and they create a new contract without asking me anything. So all of a sudden I just get an email and saying, yeah, you have all this kind of new stuff. But initially they wanted to call me and ask what's going on, because the person also before told me it may be that this fiber system takes years until it actually works, depending on how many people actually want to use this. But it's the only thing that connects to the internet. So of course people want to use it. Like, what the fuck? It's your system. You built this system. The entire fiber system in this building is built by Telekom. They know that this is the only thing that connects to the internet. Besides cable, of course. But that's a different company. So of course they want their system to work, right? Well, supposedly they fixed everything. And when they call the support again, because I get this weird contract that I didn't book, and they just did the whole thing without my permission, I talked to the support again, and they said they have figured everything out, and I have to wait another week for the proper fiber technician to show up and install the fiber optic modem. Well, a week passes, the guy shows up, and I get this white blinking light. So they check various things online, and supposedly they have programmed this thing correctly, and it does show up in their server, but it doesn't receive the correct information, or it just doesn't receive any information at all. So they tell me, okay, they are going to file a ticket because something has been wrongly configured in the main server from Telekom that connects to this fiber system. So I asked them, how long is this going to take? And they say, like, yeah, it should take 1 to 3 days. 3 days pass, white flashing light. It's been a week later now. But on the 4th day, I called the support and asked what the fuck is going on. I want to use my internet, for fuck's sakes. Since it's almost an entire month that has passed and I don't have access to the internet. Plus, I don't have mobile networks at all in this apartment. Because steel reinforced concrete and triple insulated glass doesn't really let mobile signals through. So if I go inside my apartment, I have no connection from my mobile networks whatsoever. I cannot even call someone from my cell phone. So yeah. So I'm really pissed about this whole situation now, and calling the support guy one day later again and asking, guys, what the fuck is going on? You said this is supposed to work in less than 3 days, and nothing has happened. So the support guy just says, yeah, it seems we are having some bigger issues. Supposedly it can take up to 2 or 4 more weeks, or even longer than that, until the system is going to actually work. Are you fucking kidding me? So I'm supposed to wait another month, or who knows how fucking long, for this stupid thing to work, which is just fucking internet. Are you fucking kidding me? So, yeah. I'm pretty pissed about this whole situation, and I'm asking please cancel my contract, because I just don't want to have to wait anymore and deal with this shit. So, I book a contract from Vodafone, which works over cable, and I should have done that in the beginning right away, but supposedly the building management claimed that everything with the fiber was better and more stable and whatnot, but as it turns out, it's a complete fucking shitty system that doesn't work. Which I'm also going to hand over to the building management because, well, it still doesn't work. They installed a super expensive new fiber system and the building management is the ones who paid for it and it doesn't work. So maybe they can do a little bit more, and I just don't want to have to deal with this anything anymore. So I cancel my contract, since I'm really pissed about this whole situation, and again I have to wait like for fucking ever to get a confirmation on that, just because they are lazy as fuck in the entire support and the customer doesn't matter. To be honest, this is not the first time I had issues like this with Telekom. I had issues with them with my SIM card from my phone, where they would just take away money from my account that wasn't supposed to be taken away, just because they miscalculated some things, and apparently in their system there was a different contract than the contract they actually had. And my parents, when they got DSL about 9 years ago, it didn't work as well. They had to wait an entire fucking year for the DSL to work. So, yeah. Something is really, really fishy with this company. So, I have my contract cancelled and I book at Vodafone. 3 days later, I get the Vodafone router, which hooks up through cable. Now I'm putting it here because it doesn't fit in the fuse box, and it's a kind of shitty design to put the router in the fuse box anyways. And guess what? This thing works straight out of the box after just 3 days of waiting, because that's the time it needed to ship. How the fuck does it come that this works perfectly fine, but a super high-end, super expensive German-made fiber system doesn't fucking work at all? Yeah, really bizarre. So, I can recommend to stay pretty much away from anything telecom related. It's not the first time I had issues. I had issues with pretty much anything that was telecom related. And nothing has ever changed in like 10 years or so. Like, really. Oh yeah, by the way, there's another nice feature of the whole fiber system. Now, the fiber modem has this huge ass plug pack for it. And you have to plug power and the link connector to your router in here. Guess what happens if you tap this thing very, very slightly? It stopped working. Well, guess what? The plug, which is down here, doesn't fit. It's too big for the hole in here, so it doesn't slide in deep enough into the actual fiber modem, meaning that any slightest amount of vibration or something could happen, and I mean there's quite a few things in this fuse box that can cause vibrations, like the fuses and the magnetic switches and everything. So yeah, that is going to be a real pain in the ass, because I mean, good thing I noticed this, but let me see if it was someone else and he doesn't want to do anything with this. He would just look, everything's plugged in, everything should be working, it's broken. So, yeah, how the fuck do you miss the most obvious and most simple fucking design of all? Has nobody fucking tested this shit? Am I supposed to take a drill and drill out the hole in here so that this fucking plug actually fits in deep enough for the fiber modem to work properly? What the fuck? German-made engineering. Really?